Components could be key when it comes to boosting your milk check, but is there room to grow? Corey Geiger, the lead economist for dairy with CoBank's Knowledge Exchange Division, joins us. And Corey, you say yes.
Absolutely, and it's going to be driven by genetics, Maureen.
Okay, it's nice to see you. That's the topic of a new report that you are releasing. Talk us through this topic a little bit.
So dairy farmers have been using AI, artificial sires, artificial insemination for a number of years, but the game changer happened in 2009 was genomics. So it's the study of DNA comparing to production records and health records, and now we can predict what a baby calf will do with over 70% accuracy as a cow. So that's really the game changer here.
You sent me a couple of graphs. I want to take a look at the first one, which is kind of the overall trend and the role that genetics have really played when it comes to our annual milk production per cow.
This is a graph that the Council on Dairy Cattle Breeding developed, and it's really looking at what has made dairy farmers and dairy cows more efficient over time. The green bar there is management, and then the blue section there is genetics, and you can see that blue area is getting larger and larger. It's contributing more. Management would be feeding and cow care and housing and all those things, but genetics, really understanding how genes recombine with each other. And in particular here, we're looking at milk, but equally important is butterfat and protein.
When we talk about components, that's the next image we're going to take a peek at. For our farmers who maybe are not raising dairy animals, or for our consumers who are joining us, talk a bit about components and why they're important.
So the majority of dairy products these days, people are eating. Think cheese and butter and yogurt, and especially with the weight loss drugs, whey proteins, the most complete amino acids known to humanity. So in this chart here, every 5 years we do a reset in genetic evaluation. So this April we're going to have a genetic base change, and the Holstein breed is going to be reset by 45 pounds. It's a whopper for butterfat and 30 for protein. That's the amount of gain we've made in 5 years. And you could see over time here since the turn of the century in 2000, the biggest jump ever. And the Holstein breed in the United States is more than 4 out of 5 dairy cows.
And the importance when it comes to what farmers are making, there are milk companies, cheese companies that pay based on components.
Yeah. 90% of U.S. dairy farmers get paid on multiple component pricing. The two biggest components, over 90% of the milk check, are butterfat and protein. And I say that they're kind of like NASCAR. Some years butterfat's the leading NASCAR, and sometimes protein is the leading NASCAR, but they're both very important.
So if a farmer is just starting down this journey, or maybe they've just scratched the surface, where do they go? How long is it before we start to see results in our specific breeding and in our genetics?
The remarkable thing about butterfat and protein, it's highly heritable. That means that you can make change really quick. So you breed a cow, and then she has a baby calf 9 months later, and in 2 years she has her calf and enters the milking string. So it's about a 3-year change if you start updating your breeding program, but it's a lasting impact because you can do this multiple generations if you keep your cows and keep their heifer calves.
Fascinating research coming out. As producers continue to evaluate their herd, is this going to change some of those management decisions? Are they going to be looking at the effects of the feed on the animals and able to make some of those additional changes in the barn?
Yes, it's all synergy, and it works together and it builds upon each other. So certainly there's, you want to work with your nutrition advisor as well, because that's an equally important component, because you got to feed the cows and care for them to get the best out of these genetics.
Sure, it's not just one thing, right? We're not going to have superior genetics and inferior feed and expect the same results. Corey, any last thoughts?
No, I have an extensive report on our website at cobank.com, part of our Knowledge Exchange Division. So for those who want to dive deeper into this, I'd encourage them to go to the CoBank and download that, Maureen.
Well, as always, a fascinating research topic and something that you can be discussing in the barn and around the dinner table. Corey, we appreciate your knowledge on this segment and so many more. We're going to link you up on our website. Head to the Midwest Farm section of wearegreenbay.com, click your way to Corey's report, and certainly so many others. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you for spending part of it with us.